Alert posted an article on June 10th, 2002 about a study done by Robert Feldman at the University of Massachusetts. It said about 60% of people lied at least one time within the first 10 minutes of a conversation, and about 2 to 3 more times by the end of that conversation. Deception is everywhere, and learning to know when you're being deceived is an important skill to have to be successful. And today, I'm going to tell you how to spot a liar. I'm going to tell you how to spot a liar by looking at somebody's body language, listening to their content of speech and tone of voice, and looking at their facial cues. In a TED Talk recorded in 2011, Pamela Meyer, who is an expert in deception detection and author of the book Lie Spotting, says to disregard any assumptions that you have about somebody's body language when they're lying, because science normally says something different. A lot of assumptions that people have are that a liar will make less eye contact with you, when in reality they'll make extra eye contact to overcompensate for that myth. Or a lot of people think that a liar will fidget with their hands and their arms when they're lying. But when someone is lying, their upper bodies will freeze and lock up. Another thing a liar does is something called duping delight, which is a concept that says somebody will slightly smile after they're done lying to you because they feel like they've gotten away with something. And a couple of other examples of something a liar will do is they'll shift their feet towards an exit when they're talking to you, or they'll look down on occasion. And Pamela Meyer says that individually these indicators don't mean that someone is lying to you, but a cluster of these could mean that you are being deceived. A cluster of indicators of someone's content of speech and tone of voice can also be used to spot a liar. Time magazine posted an article written by Candice Jalili in 2019 who interviewed body language expert Tracy Brown that said that you can identify that someone is lying to you by the phrases they use, the fillers they use, and their tone of voice. A lot of phrases people will use when they're lying are to tell you the truth or to be honest with you, to try to over-convince you of what they're saying. Or they'll use fillers such as or like, to buy time to figure out what they're going to say next. And she also says that someone's tone of voice will be a lot higher when they're lying because their vocal cord muscles constrict when they're nervous. And lastly, one of the more advanced ways to tell if someone is lying to you is by looking at their facial cues. An article was posted by Business Insider and written by Rachel Gillett and Samantha Lee in 2019 where they interviewed FBI agent Mark Boutin that said that there are several ways to tell if someone is lying to you just by looking at their face. And these facial cues are normally caused by nervousness and chemical and physical reactions. Some examples of facial cues people use is they will dart their eyes back and forth, they'll close their eyes for more than 1 second at a time, or they'll blink very rapidly. They'll also touch their face, purse their lips, and shake their head a lot. Today, I taught all of you how to spot a liar. I told you how to spot a liar by looking at somebody's body language, by listening to their tone of voice and their content of speech, and by looking at somebody's facial cues. Learning to know when you're being deceived can be an important and unique skill to have in order to become successful in life. And I hope you all learned how to do that today. Abraham Lincoln once said, "You can deceive all of the people part of the time, part of the people all of the time, but not all of the people all of the time."